屋上のゆりれいさん。1に友情、2に友情。
Hey everybody, it's Seti the Wind Sage, and welcome back to Kindred Spirits on the Roof. In the last episode, we did some progress towards Umi and Sasa's relationship, and it seems that finally Umi, Sasa, and Nena are finally reached an understanding. They finally kind of talked things out, and things should be progressing smoothly from here. Barring conflict between Umi and Sasa just doesn't pop up. But yeah, we also got to see a very different side of Umi. I mean, not Umi, Nena. Well, it's more like, she's finally started expressing herself a bit more, because we did see her, like, less tired when she was talking inside her head. And she's finally starting to bring that more outward. And in this episode, we're doing the couple event I was looking forward to the most, Operation Sparkling Sunshine. Yeah, I'm very curious how this will turn out, and I do like the idea of seeing what's going on in Sonou, in Sonou's perspective, especially since all of this has happened. And I'm really hoping to see like some very interesting CGs, because I wonder if that whole, like, standing in the sunshine, showing off Kiri's charm thing will actually work. Anyway, let's dive right in. Upsy daisy? I don't know, that makes you almost sound younger. Yeah, and they probably all look older than you as well. Then again, some of the students are doing that, so that's not hard. Okay, kind of credit to Sonou. While her design is not is kind of hard to swallow at times, it is one of the best looking it is one of the better looking designs of all the characters. Yeah, her and Kiri actually look her and Kiri I think are some of my favorite designs. And you know, the more I've just grown to, or more been forced to accept it, the more I can actually kind of recognize her as her age. She doesn't look any different to me, but I can at least acknowledge it and accept it, so I should be freaking out less, but I'll probably still make jokes about it. Wait, this is working? What? Okay, I had a feeling it was going to work because kind of conveniences, and I do get how like maybe sunshine can like perhaps bring out someone's charms, but it's like, wait, this is actually working? All right then. She's blushing. That's actually kind of adorable. Okay, I honestly feel that Sonou has a bit of a thing for Kiri as well, even if she doesn't completely realize it, because I'm gonna tell you, that does not work that fast without something already being there. I can tell that they're close. So, who knows? And when I say a thing, maybe not necessarily a romantic thing, but I feel that she has some sort of sense of affection, even if it's more like platonic. So yeah. And yeah, that does not work that fast unless I feel there's already something there. Yeah, okay, there's definitely something, because it's like, not only was she like captivated by her appearance, but even now she's still struggling to she's like her heart, she says her heart's still throbbing, so it's like yeah, there's definitely something there. Yeah, that is kind of funny. Yet you're part of the math club. Well, I mean, Kitty's good at math, but it's like, oh, I know. Sonou's probably more like the administrator for it rather than actually leading it. Well, you two are like close, kind of like friends. Like I get the one to be called sensei, but it's like that she's pretty much your friend at this point. Okay, I think I get Sonou's thing now. I think Sonou just wants to be taken more seriously. Like, with the insistence of call me sensei and like the you shouldn't voice worries like that to your elders. She's trying to come off as more mature. I get it. Not to say she's immature, it's just that for a teacher, she's pretty casual when talking to her students. Even though Kiri isn't her. Whatever. When talking to students, I mean. I'm pretty sure she's past puberty, actually. She's, second year, meaning she's a junior. So it's like, I'm pretty sure she's past puberty. That is very ironic, actually. Very ironic. And okay, I think I'm gonna digest a bit of my opinions regarding the scene she was in fact even referring to from part, what, 18 now? Alright, let me think. Well, the thing about that scene is, I looked back on it and realized, first off, Sonou acknowledged her feelings by like saying that she loves her too, not romantically, but by saying that she loves her too. But at the same time, she acknowledges them, but still calling them a misunderstanding. It's just like, that's still, you acknowledge them just to immediately dismiss them. It's just kind of like, it kind of also goes to that thing of whole kids don't know, of whole kind of almost like adult mentality that some adults have. The kids just don't know better. It's like, you kind of gotta give some people more credit than that, and that's why it actually like truly bothers me. It's like, hey, for all you know, her feelings are sincere, but you're just trying to tell her it's a misunderstanding. It's like, yeah, that does bother me. So that's really that's why it's been frustrating me, because it almost kind of like sounds like that adult mentality of, oh, she's young, she just doesn't know any better. When it's like some kids can really just like some, not even kids, they're just like teens, or like some younger people can really just kind of like rise up to the occasion. Just because you learn more through experience and through, yes, time and age, doesn't mean that as a teen you're just kind of clueless. I'm not trying to say that that's what Sonou thinks Kiri is clueless, but yeah, just kind of all of that, really. So yeah. Anyway, let's get back to it. Rant over, but I'm finally glad I realized what was bothering me so much. And now we have this, which is actually very ironic, because when you think about it, when you think about it, Sonou's almost doing the exact same thing. Sonou's almost doing the exact same thing Kiri is in kind of like with that whole if she wasn't a student. So it's like, it's very interesting how now Sonou's kind of the one with the unsure feelings and kind of in the hot seat in a sense, where Kiri's more just kind of like tamer now. I also don't like how Kiri just kind of up and accepts the whole something. Going back to the scene, I kind of don't like how Kiri just kind of like she's so quickly just like accepts it and almost like shuts herself dismisses her own feelings as well. But as Sonou says, she's more like she's suppressing them, but yeah. Is it Ano and Kiri? I have a feeling it is Ano and Kiri. And it's the sun again. Yeah, this actually looks a little more, this actually looks a little better than the last time the sun kind of peaked it. Because when the sun peaked it was like frickin' like day, and it's like, okay, all this really changed. The sun's kind of come in. Here, when it's kind of this like sunset sort of deal, yeah, this actually does look, it actually does almost make Kiri look a little more charming. Sakuya-chan sensei. I like how her mouth's almost like diagonal. Just in that kind of like maybe not pouty expression, but just kind of like that. I like how like mouth is essentially like diagonal with that expression. It still works. It doesn't really look unnatural. Ah, okay. She has a bit of an inferiority complex, the fact that she looks so young. Don't worry, you probably threw every single player of this game for a loop. Yeah, it's very ironic now that she doesn't have like not only with Operation Sparkling Sunshine, but not only that, but the fact that she's not getting the affection she probably used to is really kind of throwing her for a loop. And it's funny because it's because of something she said. Oh my, the CG does not help with you looking young. She almost looks, her face, like right here, almost looks, like with the sideways expression, she almost looks a little bit like, Maki. I believe it's Maki. Yeah.
ちょっと寂しいなんて思っちゃった。勝手だな、私。また見とれてたよね。
Oh, wait. Let me take a guess. She probably, maybe Sonou herself perhaps fell in love with a teacher as well. Maybe perhaps Sonou herself fell in love with a teacher or with another student. And maybe she got very similar advice back then. So she just kind of gave Kiri that advice now because she's familiar with the experience. Something like that. Oh, she received a confession.
あれはびっくりしちゃったな。何も考えられなかったな。明日返事をするって言ったのに寝込んじゃったんだよね。 勘違いか。
Yep. I kind of missed the mark, but I kind of I missed the kind of no, I hit the mark pretty much dead on. Just how she got to that she got to that point. I missed how she got to the whole misunderstanding thing, but I kind of hit the misunderstanding thing. I kind of hit the mark dead on.
あれはショックだったな。それ以来わからなくなっちゃったんだ。誰かを好きになるってこと。だとしてもダメだよ、そんなの。剣峰さんは学生で私は先生なんだし。
Yeah. A misunderstanding. I really do like how Sonou's situation back then kind of almost in a way mirrors her situation now. Except what probably ended up breaking her heart, she ended up doing to Kiri. It's like, it's almost kind of like it's almost poetic. But it's like, that almost makes the misunderstanding thing a little more perplexing. Yeah, the logic, you know, the whole misunderstanding thing, the logic still fits. The whole kind of like, you're young, you know, it's a new experience, people around that age tend to be more curious about things. Yeah, the logic fits. But again, one of the things that bothered me is first, she just kind of dismisses her because she seems a bit, Sonou seems to kind of dismiss her mostly because, A, she's young. And also, it almost doesn't make sense to me that she, almost in a way, had her heart broken because of this. Because of the misunderstanding. But at the same time, here she is doing that. Like there's like a saying or like a parallel that I can make to this. Well, it's mostly she let what her friend said get in her head so much, she ended up like her friend, in a sense, almost it seemed to kind of break her heart by doing that. And she let her brain get stuck in a loop for so long that she ended up almost in a way breaking someone else's heart because of that. So it's very interesting storytelling. Like, I don't know if I said this prior, but this is one of my ever since part 18, this has become one of the most interesting couples because of all the complexities around it. But yeah. And then there's also that whole she's kind of stuck in her head about student-teacher thing. Like, that one makes a little bit more sense. Like, Sonou's a teacher and Kiri's a student. In that way, that doesn't seem like it would work out. But again, it just kind of goes back to the whole, like, with the other couples, kind of the problem is they weren't talking things out. In this one, it's the fact that Sonou's very much just stuck in her own head. And she kind of has these, like, values that... She almost kind of has these experiences and values that kind of... that have almost kind of, like... I'm not going to say made her stubborn. But, like, she has these values... She has these, like, whole, like, the values, like, the student-teacher thing. And the experience of, like, the whole misunderstanding thing with her friend... that kind of have shaped her and have almost in a way made her a bit more stubborn. Like, I can tell that she has feelings for Kiri, but she's letting those things kind of block her from seeing it. She's become blinded by these things. And she's so kind of, like, in a sense, stubborn to holding on to those ideals that she misses, that, she kind of misses her mark. She kind of, like, she fails to realize the obvious because of these things. And all this might sound like I'm kind of like I sound like I'm kind of antagonizing Sonou. No, I'm not. Sonou is a very interesting character. She's one of my favorites. And everything here just kind of makes sense. Everything here, at least to me, kind of makes sense. But it's kind of, when you look at the reasons, when you kind of take a minute, analyze, and look at the reasons why this relationship doesn't work out when it should, it's kind of goes back to because Sonou's stuck in her head. And if she lets those feelings kind of move on and die out, the same thing might even happen to Kiri, where this experience might get Kiri kind of stuck in a loop and get her stuck in her own head. So yeah, it's almost like a situation from an experience from the past kind of comes back into the present, and if nothing's done differently, it could lead to the exact same result. It's fun to think about. I love analyzing stuff like this, which is why I love these visual novels. I hear someone thinking, damn it, the sun! You know, at least finally kind of like, you know, at least things are at least kind of working in favor of, at least like, because before, like in the beginning of the story, the reason the whole Yuri Cupid thing was so difficult was because everything was just kind of working in favor. Everything was kind of working against Yuna. Here, everything seems to be working out. Well, not necessarily for Yuna, but more of like everything seems to be going in favor. Everything that, because Yuna would have to do something if things like this didn't keep happening. But everything seems to be working in Yuna's favor this time around. I also noticed that Sonou seems to have kind of a similar weakness for, not necessarily cute, but more like pretty things in the same way that Kiri does. Maybe not to the extreme extent, but yeah, she almost, like, Sonou has very similar traits to Kiri as well, which makes that whole parallel of, like, from experience and stuff like that very interesting. No, nothing's wrong. That's a fat load of shit and you know it, Sonou. This is almost like very entertaining to see, actually. This is very entertaining to see, actually, given the fact that, again, it's the same situation Kiri was having, but in reverse. Oh, and here it is, like, Kiri's asking what's going on, and Sonou's avoiding the topic. Very similar to how whenever Sonou appeared to Kiri before, Kiri would just run away, in a way, avoiding what's wrong. There's a lot of this, like, parallel stuff I'm seeing, and I might be overanalyzing it, but it's fun, and it's very interesting. I assume they're going up to the roof? Yep. Why do I feel like the sunlight's just going to catch Kiri in what Sonou would consider the perfect way and she's just going to lose her mind? That and the fact that Kiri has a present to give her because it's her birthday, I'm pretty sure, if I remember that correctly. All the more, like, interesting. Yeah, it's the same, and it's another kind of parallel, because I'm going to be doing this a lot now, I see. The reason Kiri avoided interacting with Sonou is she didn't want to worry her. So again, they're very similar in terms of their traits. And it makes all that whole kind of like parallel and poetic stuff that I was talking about earlier a lot more evident. Because they're very similar. Maybe you spoke a little too soon, Sonou. And here's Sonou trying to convince herself that this whole thing's a misunderstanding. Hello again, sunshine. I start laughing at this now because I know it just means Sonou's gonna get like immediately flustered by this. And Sonou's just thinking, damn it, sunshine. Oh, so they're gonna be part of the summer camp. Good. Yeah, there it is, that whole I'm a teacher, you're a student thing. It's also like, teachers can learn quite a bit from their students as well. So it's like, just because you're the teacher doesn't mean you can't accept help from students and that students can't teach you anything. So yeah, again, that also kind of bothers me when some people think I can't learn anything from someone who's younger than me. It's like, no, you certainly can learn something from someone who's younger than you. In fact, that can happen just as often as someone young learning from someone who's older. Okay, shoes. For some reason, I thought it was gonna be a bento box, because if I remember correctly, giving someone like a bento box is almost kind of like a way of showing affection. I'm pretty sure. So I would have liked it if it almost kind of like, even if to Kiri unintentionally, it would have just kind of like kept that trend. Kind of like kept with that sort of trend. This little like kind of like tilting tilting to the side a bit expression is also really cute. We don't see it that much though. Kitty, please don't like accept the fact that these feelings are an understanding or a misunderstanding. It's like, please don't do that. Because if you do that, then it's like, then if you do that, then it's like, I think that's what she's gonna do. Oh, thank God. She's kind of like holding firm. Okay, she's realizing it now. Yeah, like I was more informed because I'm an adult. Yeah, she's even realizing it now that just because she's an adult doesn't mean she's necessarily like better knowledged about it. This is your chance to fix things, Sonou. Please don't run away this time. Please don't kind of like run away this time. Cause yeah, you just kind of last time the subject came up, you just kind of ran away. She was scared. In the same way that when she was confronted with this situation when she was a teen, she kind of in a sense got rejected. And the same thing popped up again years later. She ran away from it. Say yes, please. I don't even know what the question is. Well, the answer's probably, do you love me back or something like that. Please say yes in that case. Oh no. Thank God! That was going to be painful otherwise. I think this is the first time we're seeing one of her to the side expressions. Don't question it, just roll with it. Why are you a student? I think this has been one of the greatest episodes I've had for this series. It was fun. It was fun. Everything I hoped for happened. Oh man, I cannot have this like... I freaking love Milestone. But... I need to have this jammin' beat on for now at least. I am freaking ecstatic. I got to do so much analyzing of the story, which I freaking love to do. And everything went exactly how I hoped it would. Even all the speculation I was analyzing about, Sonou even recognized some of it. So, yes. I am really happy about this episode. So with that, next time on Kindred Spirits on the Roof, we're going to be going back to the main story with the adventures in Yuri Cupid, paused in midsummer. See you guys then!